Here we are back with Future Digital. In our past episodes, we've covered some of the basic terminology about what cryptocurrencies are, including blockchain technology and some additional uses for it, such as NFTs. We've talked about some basic economic stuff too. One major thing we haven't talked about yet is what cryptocurrencies are actually good for. What are the pros and cons of the crypto world? We all remember being children and not always getting what we wanted, right? Well, some of you did get everything you wanted, and now as adults, you might have some serious problems getting along with people. But there were always some children who, if they didn't get what they wanted, they'd just do it themselves. These were rather industrious children who, although their parents were undoubtedly proud of them, annoyed the living hell out of their parents. In this same way, there were many people who got sick of financial institutions controlled by governments, dictating the way they could carry out financial transactions. Things like Western Union, then paper checks, credit and debit cards, they all came at a cost and finally ended up pissing off some rather industrious adults. These people basically said, "Fuck it, I'm going to make my own system." And the results are blockchain, NFTs, and cryptocurrencies. You can't hack it, it's not controlled by governments or banks, and it's sort of hard to tax too, because if you make any money from it, where is that money made? You can't just say, oh, that blockchain is located in New York, so that's where it will get taxed. Blockchain technology exists simultaneously around the world. So what's it good for? Fast money, essentially. You can send and receive cryptocurrencies globally, and depending on what system you use for it, like what app, you can immediately have that money you've made transferred to your regular bank account. But that's where you might run into trouble. The banks in a lot of countries are incredibly slow with these sorts of transactions. In more modern countries, it's instantaneous. How do you go around that? Crypto payment cards. Yes, they exist. We'll talk about that in another episode though. Undoubtedly, a lot of banks and governments don't really like cryptocurrencies because they can't tax them so easily or add their endless fees. While crypto can't be hacked and it can be verified very easily, it's actually a bit more complex than that. You can watch where the transaction is happening, but you can't always identify the end user. And that is a sore point for governments. A lot of governments see crypto as an economic system for the underworld, the world of crime. The sort of stuff Bruce Wayne might be very interested in. Crypto mining, which we've already discussed, is also seen as a large source of energy consumption. Computers need electricity after all, and this is all true. But personally, I would say that the biggest advantage of crypto, apart from making tons of money, if you know how to do it right, is actually security. Yes, right now we're seeing what's called the crypto winter, but a bear market will likely happen relatively soon, and we've talked about this as well. But while an entire economy can theoretically collapse if there's a failure in a single point, the cryptoverse is decentralized. There is no single point that could cause a collapse. The only real danger with cryptocurrencies is how people feel about it. You already know I'm not a financial advisor, so you also already know what I'm going to say next. Actually, I won't say it because you already know. Future Digital is coming at you from Estonia, the crypto capital of the European Union. Like our videos, comment on them, subscribe, share, you know the drill. And now it's time for this episode's factoid about Estonia. Estonia, like many countries, has a rather strong presence by what is often called the alt-right. These are often people who might believe in conspiracies, they might be against progress in society, and are often very xenophobic. The alt-right political party in Estonia is called EKRE. While they're very much against Russian aggression in Ukraine, they're also terrified of Ukrainian refugees coming to Estonia. One leader of this party even said that 100,000 refugees would come here and work as prostitutes. Well, I guess they're afraid of this because they're afraid of losing their jobs. Thanks for watching Future Digital, everyone. We'll be back real soon.